Hey guys, and welcome to this edition of our camper trailer build. Now this week has been not so much major building, it's been finishing, so it's been a little bit more time consuming, but the results have been really nice. Starting from the front, I've put in the angled roof panel, a couple of battens to hold that up, screwed and glued the front window surround in, and then ripped down a whole heap of the 42 by 19 battens to attach to the back of that so I can get my proper wall thicknesses. That's taken a while, but it's turned out quite nice. With the join between the angled panel, roof panel and the roof, you'd end up putting in one of the plastic filler pieces or the like, and I didn't like any of those, so I decided to put in a small shelf across. That hides the join and gives you a little shelf to put something in. Moving back, I've cut the back roof panel. The joiner for the roof panels is just one of the 4mm plastic joiners you get, and I actually found that in the bathroom section of the local hardware shop, where they had some gloss white waterproof bathroom panels, and it was a couple of bucks, but it's got a gloss finish, so that worked out quite well. I haven't glued the roof panel in yet because I may have to get in there to do some stuff. The cabinets, I've put in a filler panel between the roof and the cabinet. I've screwed in the filler panels that I glued in beside the doors last time, and to do that I've used a 45-degree one of these nylon blocks, and it's got a little door on it, so you screw it in, close the door, and it looks quite neat. So I figured that was a better option than just using a piece of ply. These don't have any structural weight or anything on them, so they should be okay. I've attached the cupboards to the back bulkhead, and to do that I've used these nylon cabinet connectors. Again, the major structural points is to the side frame, and that's where they're all screwed and glued. With this, it's just giving you some attachment points, so I figured they'd be okay. Apart from that, that's major construction, because that's taken quite a while this week. So onto electrical. Now I've been starting to collect some stuff. We'll put a small 240 volt system in this. All that will be the external 15 amp connector will run to 2 GPOs, one in the galley, one inside, and if we need an air conditioning system. I've come across a click-together system, and I called a CMS system. It's all caravan specific. Basically everything has a connector, and you buy pre-configured cables. You can buy them in all different lengths, and it all just clicks together. So from your 15 amp inlet, which is the normal inlets you get, that connects to your circuit breaker. The circuit breaker is the same, it's all pre-wired. You do have to run the earth down to the chassis. However, this just clicks together. You install that, install your circuit breaker, and from there you just run your cables to your GPOs. Your GPOs have 2 connectors, one inward and one outward. You can daisy chain, I think, up to 10 or 12 of these on one 15 amp, it says. Although we won't, we'll be having 2, but at a later date, if you want to add another GPO, you just daisy chain off the back of these. They also have double adapters, so if you want to run one length of cable up one side of the van and one up the other, these allow for this. They also have your spacer plates, so you can surface mount these things if you have to. So I've bought a heap of this stuff. It's slightly more expensive than the traditional stuff you need to get a Sparky to hardwire in. You may need to get a Sparky to sign off on this, but because it's all clicked together, it's just soft wiring, so it's just like having extension leads, really. And once I found that, I went looking for 12 volt systems, and I also think it was Jayco again who have got a wireless switched system. So I've got that coming, but more on that when it turns up. Again though, all we're running on 240 volt is a couple of GPOs, maybe an aircon system. For 12 volt, that'll be all the lighting and everything else. The only downside I can see with this system this 240 volt system is that you really want to get this stuff, the cables run before you put your battens and the like in, which is why I've left the battens out, because the holes you have to drill in your battens aren't the cable size, it's the size of your connectors. So something to pre-plan ahead. So that's about it for today, guys. Slow going, but I think it's turning out quite good. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.